Hello, welcome to the Washington Council for High School College Relations Virtual College Planning Day. Thank you for joining us today. A few quick housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. This presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week. strivescan.com/washcouncil. I will turn it over to our presenters now. Our first school to present, Community Colleges of Spokane.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Leslie Dawson and I'm with Spokane Falls Community College. I am the outreach coordinator for our campus. I'll hand it off to Shelby.
Hi everyone, my name is Shelby Dickinson. I am Leslie's counterpart at Spokane Community College. And we don't want to forget, we also have the wonderful Nikki Nays who is managing our chat for us. So we're here today representing our two respective colleges that fall under the one district of Community Colleges of Spokane. With that, we will dive right in. So as I mentioned, two different locations, two different schools. The way that we vary the most between our two schools is actually our programming. We have very different program offerings, but a lot of similar stuff going on between our two campuses. So I'll touch on a few of these. Student support services are really important to us. We want to make sure our students feel supported and their basic needs are being met so that they can really excel in the classroom and hopefully not have a lot else to worry about. We know that college can be stressful, okay, on a number of accounts. So lots of things going at CCS for you, whether you want to work on campus, whether you need childcare on campus, maybe you want to go get your flu shot at the healthcare center, or you need some tutoring, whether it's virtual or in person. You need help from a librarian, or you just need help taking that next step into your career and preparing to graduate from CCS. We're going to offer all of these things for you, as well as, of course, aquatics classes at our swimming pool, and we want you to enjoy our rock wall as well as some of our student favorites there.
Great. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what the Community Colleges of Spokane offers from an academic perspective. We do have a diverse course offering in terms of what our campuses can offer you. We have over 150 programs that you can choose to study, and those range in anywhere from online, on ground, or hybrid. Obviously, some of our programs are very hands-on, and so you need to be on ground and actually working, whether it's an automotive program, healthcare, those kinds of things. Our campus is open for those programs of study. We offer that hybrid model so that if you do have some on-ground courses, but you can also do online coursework for maybe those math or English programs. We have that as an option. And then we do offer some completely online programs. So if you're not interested in going on to campus, but you want to make sure that you're continuing your educational path, you certainly could sign up for some of those online plans. Community colleges, we actually run on a 12-week quarter system. Most of our students prefer to do the winter or the fall, winter, and spring programs. And then we do offer a condensed summer session. A lot of times what we see is students jump into those for potentially some prereqs that they have to get out of the way. Maybe they missed a class during the rotation and they're just getting those caught up. So also, like I said, beyond just our diverse programming, we do offer different education pathways. So the first I'm going to talk about are our career and technical certificates. These are going to be areas of study where you're wanting to jump in, get done quick, and start onto your career. So some of our programs can be done anywhere from 6 to 9 months. I'll talk a little bit more about our 2-year associate's degrees here in a minute, but certainly we have plenty of options as far as what you might be able to study, get that out of the way, and get to work straight away. Nikki's gonna go ahead and put in the chat for both Spokane Falls and for Spokane Community College what programs we offer. So when you have a chance, jump in there and take a look. I'm gonna let Shelby talk about our apprenticeship programs.
Yeah, really quickly, apprenticeship is something we offer specifically at Spokane Community College. We actually have an apprenticeship center located just off campus. And what apprenticeship is, if you're not as familiar, is learning on the job. You're actually employed already, which of course means you're making money. So anybody out there that would like to make some money, I'm sure that's no one, right? This may be a good pathway for you. It's primarily based in the construction trades. And if you're going for an apprenticeship, that's essentially 2 to 5 years of education that it's going to take to get your journeyman certification. That's what you're working towards. And really, you can take that anywhere in the US and be certified to do things like electrical work, plumbing, roofing, sheetrock, insulating, all kinds of different things. So keep in mind that this pathway is going to be some manual labor. It's going to be outdoors. It can be a little harder on the body. So lots of hands-on stuff here. If that sounds interesting to you, maybe apprenticeship is a good path to consider.
Perfect. Thank you. Going back to our associate's degrees, those are going to be 2-year programs. You're going to get roughly 90 credits in the area of study you're interested in. And one thing that's unique to our college is that we do have direct transfer agreements with our 4-year universities and colleges in Washington State. That creates the opportunity for you to stay in the Spokane area. Go ahead and take the first 2 years, so 90 credits of coursework at the community colleges. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and transfer. All of those credits are going to transfer, and you can finish up essentially starting as a junior level at a 4-year program. And so this is a great option if you, again, you want to stay in Spokane, you want to save some money in your first 2 years. We know that financial aid is certainly always a topic when you're deciding on a college. And then we also now have Bachelor's of Science programs. So what that means is you're going to start and finish at one of the colleges here in Spokane. A lot of those are focused on managerial programs. We also have some opportunities in healthcare as well as IT. So if computers is the way, something you're interested, by all means, look into those programs. Great opportunity to get all 4 years completed right here in Spokane. We do offer credit for prior learning. So for any of the students that are in the Running Start programs or doing any kind of advanced placements, certainly make sure that when you apply, you let us know that so that we can get that applied and get you ahead of the game. I do want to just touch on a little bit that navigating the financial aid process. One of the things we're going to encourage you to do for most of you is to apply for financial aid. That now opens in October, your senior year. And so you're going to want to jump in and get that filled out as soon as possible. You can list up to 10 schools. I have listed our school codes down in the right-hand corner. What that does is that actually triggers us receiving the award information from your FAFSA, and we can put together award packages and let you know what kind of financial support we can offer. The FAFSA will also trigger any kind of grants. It will notify us if you qualify for work study. Work study is the opportunity to work on campus. A lot of times you'll work in your program of study, and it really gives you the opportunity to have a flexible work schedule, make pretty good money, and gain some of that experience. Also, student loans are triggered by that. SFCC and SCC, we do have our foundation that can actually offer some scholarship opportunities. Generally, that opens in the spring, but I have heard on good authority that we're going to open that back up in August. So be watching for that opportunity to apply for scholarships as well. As you can see, to attend any of the programs at CCS, the average cost is $4,000, just over $4,000 a year. And that does actually include your textbooks and fees. Some of our certificates actually are significantly less. So definitely look into that if financial concerns or thoughts are top of mind. I'm going to let Shelby kind of walk you through what those steps would be if you're interested in applying.
All right, so you like something that you've heard, you're interested in applying at community college, you would do this your senior year, primarily in the fall as it aligns with the FAFSA schedule. We have an all online application for you. We could give you a paper copy if you need it, but online tends to be the easiest here. It is a free application, no cost associated with this. And it's located on each and every page of our website. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a bright yellow bubble called Apply Now. Takes about 10 minutes to run through this application, nice and quick and easy. We got a newer version this year that we really are having good success with. So we'd like for you to do that within 2 weeks. Usually students will hear from our admissions office with a welcome letter, encouraging them to take next steps to enrollment. And one thing we always like to note about community colleges is we are an open enrollment institution. And if you're not sure what that means, it's essentially any student who applies with us who has completed high school will graduate in the spring, perhaps if you're a senior, or has their GED transcript, will be admitted to our school. So if you're someone who's maybe concerned about how your coursework fared in your last couple years of high school and your eligibility for certain colleges, we could be a great starting point or springboard for you to get rolling. And then there is some other steps you'll have to take prior to enrollment, but Leslie and I are here to help you through everything in that process. So we hope you'll reach out.
Absolutely. So I'm going to share with you our contact information. I encourage you to go ahead and schedule a campus tour with one of our outreach coordinators. They're happy to show you around. As you can see, there's that information. Go ahead and take a quick screenshot, and we are available to answer questions in the chat. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And those questions can be asked using the Q&A button at any time. Also check out the chat. That's where you're getting information sent to you from the representatives and links and that sort of helpful stuff. Up next, let's hear from Washington State University, Vancouver.
Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Kim Hyatt. I'm with the admissions office at WSU Vancouver, and I'd like to ask my colleagues to join me here on the call so that they can introduce themselves to you as well.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Camila. I use she, her pronouns. I'm an admissions counselor here at WSU Vancouver. I'll be monitoring the Q&A, so please feel free to ask us any questions you have during the presentation.
And my name is Erin Jensen. I use she, her pronouns. I also work in admissions at Washington State University, Vancouver. I work primarily with freshmen who are coming from a homeschool background. I'll also be in the Q&A. Thank you.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Washington State University, Vancouver is in the homeland of the Chinookan and Tide-Nippon peoples and the Cowlitz Indian tribe. We're part of a multi-campus system, the Washington State University system. And, oh, pardon me. The WSU system includes 5 physical campuses throughout the state of Washington and 1 online campus. Our enrollment is about 3,500 students, and we offer a small school feel with the resources of the large WSU system. And your degree, regardless of which WSU campus you attend, is from Washington State University. WSU Vancouver offers a wide variety of degrees, whether you want to become an accountant, a teacher, engineer, nurse, writer, doctor, lawyer, or digital content specialist. There is something for everyone. If you don't see the major that you're looking for, we encourage you to ask us. Names of degrees can vary across universities, and there's often more than one degree option for many careers. And if you're undecided, that's okay. We have academic advisors who specialize in working with students who are still deciding on a major. WSU Vancouver is truly a student-centered campus, and we offer many free resources to support you in your academics and learning, your well-being, and your preparation for graduate school and employment. The key, of course, is taking advantage of the resources. One of my favorite resources is Career Services. They offer free job and internship fairs for students, as well as workshops to help you write your resume, prepare for a job interview, and learn about careers and majors. Having a well-rounded college experience means also getting involved. Leadership, recreation, and student organizations are the three pillars of student involvement on the WSU Vancouver campus. And the great thing about all of these areas is they have paid positions that you can apply for. You can do something that you love to do and get paid for it at the same time. To apply as a freshman or Running Start student, complete our online application and provide us with a copy of your high school transcript. There's no essay required, and the application fee, which is $70, can be waived for students who are currently receiving free and reduced lunch or are recipients of the College Bound Scholarship Program. You simply request a fee waiver at the end of the application. And once a student is admitted to the university, they'll provide a final high school transcript. Running Start students should also submit their official community college transcript for an official transfer credit evaluation. Admissions to WSU is based on meeting core requirements, known as the CATRs, strength of coursework, and grade trends. And beginning with the 2022 admissions cycle, WSU does not require or use the SAT and ACT in the admissions process. The college academic distribution requirements that I referred to in the previous slide are listed here. These are core subjects that you will need to have completed by the time you finish your high school or Running Start career. Universities can also consider applicants who have up to 3 credit deficiencies in these subjects. So we encourage all students to apply so that we can work with you on a path forward. WSU also awards college credit for qualifying scores in the IB and AP programs. Running Start students can also receive official college credit by submitting their transcripts. We welcome homeschool applicants as well. You'll follow the same admissions process that was outlined earlier and also provide us with an academic resume that includes your homeschool curriculum. Paying for college is probably one of the most important topics that students and families will discuss as you're looking at the colleges that you're interested in attending. WSU offers a great resource called the A to Z of Paying for College workshop. This is a free workshop that's open to the public and it's over Zoom and covers all of the different ways that you can pay for college, regardless of the college that you're planning to attend. So we encourage you to attend this workshop to gather the information. You'll see the tuition and fees listed for WSU in the lower right side of the screen. Note that if you are a college-bound scholarship recipient, the scholarship that you signed up for in 7th or 8th grade, that scholarship covers your entire tuition at WSU Vancouver. Scholarships are something that all students should apply for, regardless of their GPA or academic background. When it comes to scholarships, there's always something for everyone. And the WSU General Scholarship application, which is due January 31st of your senior year, allows you to apply for more than 800 scholarships across the WSU system. And this includes more than 100 scholarships that are just for WSU Vancouver students. So make sure you apply for this every year, including your first year, which is your senior year before you plan to enroll. And also you'll want to apply for admission by January 31st as well, because if you qualify, there are some scholarships that are automatically awarded when you're offered admission, and those are listed here on the slide as well. The Vancouver Academic Achievement Award is one example. This is for incoming freshman or Running Start students who have a 3.8 GPA, and they are awarded $3,000 per year. We often receive questions about housing, and although WSU Vancouver does not have on-campus housing, there are many options available nearby, and we encourage you to take a look at our website that has information on the housing options in the area, as well as an online campus bulletin board where you can connect with other students who are looking for roommates. We encourage you also to get to know your admissions counselor. You can scan the QR code on this slide and go to a page where you'll be able to look up your admissions counselor by your high school. You'll also have an opportunity on this same page to schedule an appointment with your admissions counselor over Zoom or phone. Our student ambassadors also offer live virtual campus tours. You can take a campus tour from the comfort of your computer and interact live with one of our student ambassadors who will share their student experiences on the WSU Vancouver campus. And we encourage you to take a picture or screenshot of this last slide. This is how you can stay in touch with us. You can call us, email us, or go directly to the website where we also offer admissions live chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And you can ask questions using the Q&A. And a reminder to check out the chat for information being sent to you by each of the representatives. Up next, let's hear from Seattle University.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen real quick. Perfect. But yeah, hello, everyone. My name is Yo Belmingus. I'm an admissions counselor at Seattle University, and I'll be giving the presentation today. I'm joined by one of my colleagues, Lindsay. Lindsay, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsay Poisson. I'll be behind the scenes and answering your questions in the chat. So please keep them coming.
Awesome. Thank you, Lindsay. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. So as you can see, we always like to kind of start off giving you a snapshot of where we are and just kind of our location and really going in depth into who Seattle University is. So as you can see, Seattle U is located right in the heart of the city of Seattle. It's about a 15-minute walk away from downtown. We operate in a 54-acre campus located in Capitol Hill. Seattle University, we always like to kind of describe Seattle U in terms of 3 pillars. So the Jesuit education. Seattle U is a private Catholic Jesuit institution. If you're unfamiliar with the Jesuits are a group of the Catholic order, well known for education. Some other Jesuit institutions you probably have heard of are like Gonzaga University, Marquette University, and so forth. So there's a lot of Jesuit institutions, but ultimately the Jesuit education is really designed to kind of think about how we can really put our students in position to kind of think about their education in the context of not only their career pathway, but also their community in the world. So our students are really actively engaged in terms of reflection, actively engaged in terms of doing things as far as looking at their major programs and building perspective. And of course, the Jesuit education really is pushing students to kind of think for themselves and engage with the world critically. Also, Seattle University is a urban campus, as you can see, so located in the heart of the city there. Although we are in the city, we definitely are a traditional college campus. So it's very much kind of your traditional college campus feel with academic buildings, libraries, residence halls, very close by. But as soon as you step off of the campus, you're right in the city. So you are met with the hustle and bustle of the city. Hill, which is one of our most hip and eclectic neighborhoods in the city of Seattle. And we're surrounded by a ton of different like culture and restaurants and different types of things to do. And then lastly, personal, right? So Seattle University is a personal institution. And what that means is that we are really dedicated to the success of our students, each and every one of our students. So as you can see, Seattle U has about 7,200 total students. And then in terms of undergraduate students, you're looking at about 4,700 undergraduate students. So as far as class sizes, the average class size is about 18 students. You will get to know who your professor is because every single course is taught by a faculty member. So they'll likely know your name. If you need help with the material, if you're hoping to connect in terms of research opportunities or just in terms of internship opportunities, our professors are really a great resource for that. So that personal education is really a hallmark of the Seattle University education, really making sure that everything we do on our campus is dedicated to our student success, but ultimately really making sure we're incorporating our students' thoughts and ideas into who we are as a campus. Wonderful. So getting into academics at Seattle University, we have about 60 plus different degree programs. And one of the things to note about our degree programs is that they're all direct entry programs. So out of high school, you can apply directly into your first choice major, and we will consider you for direct entry through our application review process. So there isn't a separate application you need to fill out in terms of a major program. And even if you aren't directly admitted into your major program, you can come to campus and you will be able to kind of complete prereqs and then declare the major eventually. And so on the right-hand side, you can see some of our more popular majors. Of course, nursing is one of the most popular majors, and it's one of the few four-year direct entry nursing programs in the state. We also have our computer science building, which is going to be housed in our new Center for Science and Innovation, which is a brand new building on campus, really dedicated to making sure we have state-of-the-art facilities for our computer science students and our STEM students. And then, of course, I do want to highlight pre-major. So for students who are unfamiliar with what they want to do, coming out of high school, you can go into the pre-major studies program, which is a program dedicated to making sure that you are being able to think about what career pathway makes the most sense for you, what major program makes the most sense for you, and then ideally, hopefully declaring a major by the end of your second year. That's a little bit about academics, a quick snapshot there. Of course, 60+ different major programs, direct entry into every program. And you can kind of see some of our popular majors on the right-hand side there. Getting into student life, Seattle University students are engaged and doing a lot of things on campus. So as you can see with some of these pictures, our students are doing some really awesome things, but I'll kind of start with our clubs. We have about 100+ different student clubs, ranging from cultural clubs to affinity clubs to like clubs related around hobbies. I always like to shout out the SU Esports and Gaming Club, which is one of our clubs on campus where students are interested in esports and video games. It's a really cool club and a great community there. We also have a circus club, which I found out the other day. So if you want to be a part of the circus, that is a thing here at SU. So definitely just giving you an idea of all of the different types of clubs that are on campus, but ultimately the different types of communities. And then, of course, Seattle University has a university recreation program. So, of course, we have a fitness center on campus, really kind of making sure students are leading an active and healthy lifestyle through university recreation. So student life is plentiful here on campus. There's lots to do, and our campus community is really engaged. About 59% of our student population is outside of the state of Washington. So a lot of our students are coming into Seattle U, really hoping to connect with students, connect with community, and so forth. Awesome. So I'll get a little bit into our application and kind of go a little bit in depth into our holistic review process. So in terms of the application, Seattle University is located on the Common application. If you're unfamiliar with the Common app, it's a single application, can fill out about 700 schools across the country use the Common app. So it kind of helps streamline your application process. Seattle University's application is located there. So you would just need to submit a Common application to us. You also will need to submit an official transcript from your high school. And then, of course, 2 letters of recommendation, one from my high school teacher, one from my high school counselor. And then also Seattle University is test optional. So that means that you can choose to submit test scores if you feel like those test scores represent your academic ability, or you can choose not to submit those test scores and it will not hurt your review either way. So students have the option to submit or not. We have 2 deadlines on the right-hand side. Early action for first-year students is November 15th. Regular decision is January 15th. Early action is just an early notification period and you'll get notified at the end of December. Regular decision, you'll get notified the regular timeline of March 1st. And then a holistic review. So Seattle University doesn't just look at your academics as a component to kind of see if you are admissible. We try to incorporate every single aspect of a student that really allows them to kind of fit into our community and see how they're able to be successful here at SU. So as you can see, of course, the numbers aspects of the rigor in your coursework, IB, AP, dual enrolled, and running start. Grade trend, so really looking at the story of your academics over the course of your high school career. And then, of course, as you can see, the SAT, ACT test scores, we will incorporate those if you do submit them. If you do not submit them, we'll just kind of remove those and really rely on your transcript. Major prerequisites for students who are hoping to get into the sciences, the businesses, the engineering, nursing. We will look closely to see if you completed prerequisites, and you can see all of our major prerequisites on our website in the admissions page. And then, of course, leadership and activity. So not only do we want to see engaged students in the classroom, we also want to see engaged students outside of the classroom. So if you have a job, if you're involved in your community, if you're doing a sport, if you're in a club, leadership and activities, you can put all of those on the leadership and activities page of the application. And then the essay, so the personal statement, is a huge component of our application. It really allows us to learn more about you in ways that we weren't able to learn through the other aspects of the application. So it allows you to kind of go in depth into who you are, what's your story, right? So the personal statement is a huge component of our review. And then the 2 letters of rec, one from the high school teacher and then one from my high school counselor. We're pretty flexible on those. If you have another teacher instead of a counselor, you can totally do that as well. So of course, not only are we looking at your grades, we're looking at the whole person, which is a hallmark of the Jesuit education, a hallmark of the Seattle University campus. So we really want to make sure we're taking into account every single aspect of who you are. Wonderful. Now getting into our final slide here, financial aid and scholarships. Seattle University, about 91% of our students receive financial aid, and about 97% of our first-year students receive financial aid. As you can see on the bottom, some of the ways that we're doing this is through, of course, scholarships, and then also the free application for federal student aid, otherwise known as the FAFSA. So the merit scholarships are the first ones we always like to highlight. Merit scholarships are automatically considered for every single student that applies to Seattle U. You will be internally reviewed for those. You don't have to do anything else. And those typically for first-year students range from $15,000 to $25,000. And then for transfer students, it's about $8,000 to $17,000. Sullivan Leadership Award is a full ride scholarship awarded to 9 students every year, and you can check out more about that on our website. We also have the Seattle U Bound Scholarship, which is our college bound scholarship equivalent. So if you meet those requirements, we will pay your full tuition off for you. And then we have the Costco Scholarship, which is a scholarship in partnership with Costco for our underrepresented students, and that is also internally reviewed. And then lastly, the average financial aid package at Seattle U is $32,000. So that includes scholarships and federal financial aid through like grants and loans and so forth. Awesome. So definitely that's the end of this presentation for us. Connect with us. As you can see our main email there. And of course, we'll put our links in the chat to kind of connect with a specific admissions counselor. Also follow us on the social networks there on the bottom at Seattle U or Seattle U Admissions. Thanks so much for having us today.
Thank you very much. And I'm going to invite our representatives to come back on camera and turn on their microphones. I'm going to do a quick Q&A with one question that the 3 schools will answer in order of their presentations. We do a little value added stuff here. And it's what one piece of advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll start with Community Colleges of Spokane.
Hi all. If I was to give one piece of advice, I would recommend that students try to go and visit the college campuses they are interested in. That's a really good way to be able to visualize and see if this is going to be a good fit. Visit maybe your program or specific offices you're going to interact with a lot on campus. What kind of vibes are they giving you, and is it positive? That'll tell you a lot about yourself and if it's going to ultimately be a good fit. And I know I've had students I've worked with who have stepped 2 feet onto campus and gone, nope, this isn't for me, or yes, this is exactly where I want to be. So try and take advantage of that. If you can't do it in person now, something virtually I'm sure is available as well.
Washington State University, Vancouver.
Yes, I would recommend that students get a calendar, whether that be on their phone or a paper calendar, and write down all of the dates and deadlines for the important things in the college selection process. So, for example, the school's admission deadline, financial aid deadline, scholarship deadline, and make sure you're meeting those deadlines. They can mean the difference between opportunity for certain funding for schooling, for example.
Seattle University.
Yeah, I would say really take advantage of the school websites. So, you know, you've seen all those links in the chat, but the school websites are really kind of like a way to really dive deep into the schools you're interested in, whether it be kind of looking at like different programs, looking at the student life, looking at the like residence halls and the pictures there, as well as like a lot of different videos. So definitely utilize those school websites. So just kind of put a list of all the schools you're interested in, go to their websites, and then just kind of do a deep dive and spend some time there. And then lastly, connect with an admissions counselor. We're here to help. We want to help you. And we just want to really be able to kind of help build your pathway towards a life after high school. So, yeah.
We do this very quickly. I'm going to squeeze in one more question. Your favorite event or tradition on campus? And we'll start with Community Colleges of Spokane.
Yes, good question. There's a lot of things, so it's hard to say. We have pretty serious winters here in Spokane, as you all know. And usually every year there is a unsanctioned snowball fight in the middle of campus. You never know when it's going to happen, but a lot of students show up and it goes down and it's super fun. We've known to have faculty and staff get involved. So little things like that that are kind of tradition that you learn once you get there. That's a good one.
Washington State University, Vancouver.
My favorite tradition is Week of Welcome. During the first week of each semester, we have students and staff around campus in the same color t-shirt to help answer questions, help new students find their building for their classroom, or answer questions about clubs or resources that they can take advantage of on campus. It's just a really fun and festive time of this semester, and everyone is just so excited to see students back on campus.
Seattle University.
Yeah, my favorite event on campus is Quad Stock. So it's a music festival in the middle of our quad, and there's like super cool artists. So we've had like Macklemore there before. We've had like Talib Kweli and like a lot of cool like artists and music. And there's a lot of food, and it's a good celebration. It's on a Saturday in May. So yeah, it's probably my favorite one, and it's one that I think most of our students really enjoy.
Well, thank you all for sharing your favorite traditions and your advice and all of the information about each of your schools. And thank you to our attendees for joining us. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording if you'd like to review it, as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/WashCouncil. Once again, thank you to all of our representatives for sharing that great information during this session. And thank you for joining us. Have a great rest of your Thursday.